So, yesterday and today we talked about two topics in Telugu class. The same thing I will try to tell it very quickly in English class. Okay. Mm, most of us do have this habit of blaming ourselves for no fault of ours, or if there is a simple fault of ours, we take it to the extremity that it's all because of me. It's because of me that things have gone wrong. It's because of me that people have gone wrong. Had I had not done this, it would have been better. Had I had not done this, it would have been better. If this is one portion of how we react for guilt, the second portion is mostly related with safety, which is not just psychological safety, but safety in multiple forms, including your sexual safety. So, most of the times, what would have happened during our lives, the transition of our lives, somewhere down the line, we would have been abused very fundamentally at a base level, which would have translated into for the body to take protective measures, which would have translated into putting on weight, hiding, not wanting to come out and look pretty in front of people or to themselves, or not having a sense of belonging despite being in crowds and groups, and in some extreme cases, not wanting to extreme hatred towards a particular gender. All of these are portions of how we take up defense mechanisms. So, for those who have been abused sexually, and because they've been very pretty, beautiful in those days, or been a center of attention, in this life, we decide not to expose our talents, even though we know a lot of things. We don't want to go out and talk about it in front of anybody. Neither we want to um, dress up. We don't want to be center of attention in front of anybody, though we are in, like, say we go to a marriage or a friend's house, a kitty party, or a gathering. Always prefer, we are like a wallflower. We don't want to come out and talk or express our views. Secondly, we do have a strong urge to um, fight for what's our right. All right. So these are all different. See, every soul is very, very unique, and every soul is very different. So when we take up these roles, there is no certain way that I will not be able to say on what basis does the soul take a decision to be defensive, or to a level that they choose to be like tomboys, or they dress very differently, or, or their sexual orientations towards a same gender and stuff like that. So these are all multiple scenarios which pop up because of our safety concerns. So in this life, we don't have to know the gory past on why we are so, what would have happened in some life that made us so. But the very fact that we are hiding, we are not free in crowds in public, and don't want to, always want to, the basic thing is hiding. It's one scenario. The second scenario is not feeling belonged, amidst being in your family members and stuff. The third is highly being defensive when someone tries to pinpoint a area of maybe an area of um, improvement or correction. Take it so personally that we don't want to accept even if we are wrong. So all of these are different scenarios that can give us insight that we have suffered. There is some healing that's required in those areas. So what is the way forward is so and so and so. First thing, First thing, telling ourselves that it happened in that life, so it need not happen in this life. So in this life, um, it's okay. So far in my in my growing up years, formative years, or even till now, even to remind, for some few unfortunate cases, to remind themselves that they have this trauma in their prarabdha. They've already done it. So the prarabdha shows up that inviting such scenarios into your life where you would have been taken sexually advantaged. That could have also happened in couple of scenarios. Even that will happen. So, meaning, mm, you would have been somewhere down the lane. You've been touched wrongly, or you've been looked upon very wrongly. So that's all signs that there is this portion of in me that still require healing. So for that, you need to tell yourself that you are not at fault, because we carry a lot of guilt. The basic thing when I work with people, I get to hear a very common thing, which is, perhaps we have been provocative, perhaps we would have done something, but I want to give you confidence that it's not you, and it's definitely not you. It's definitely the other person, and the person who is looking at you may not be carrying um, the respect for what they are to behave with a woman, or from the authority that they hold. Um, they are not being given right direction. Along with, it's a possibility that uh, a lot of times what would have happened is, during wars, during all these warfares, women was sent as a bargaining bit. So during those times also, we've been forced into prostitution, forced into sleeping with many men and stuff like that. And at this point you might be a man or a woman, but the thing is same. Okay, the soul same. So there is a sense of a feeling of these kind of things in life, which gives us a feelings of non-safety, and that results into weight. So what is the way forward would be to help yourself forgive people who are doing so, with a notion that those people who have abused me in this life, um, they're here to remind me about this trauma that I'm holding. So it's the moment I release this trauma into my cellular level, at my every every existence of my being, automatically they just go away. It's very hard for people who gone through sexual abuse to forgive people who have subjected them to such extreme fear and feelings of a lack of safety. But the more you hold these feelings, the more you um, um, ruminate about how you have been taken advantage of. One, you're depriving yourself of self-expression. Two, you're depriving yourself of being beautiful for yourself and for others, always hiding. And three, you are not coming out and sharing your talents. Just because of that fear, you're confining yourself. No matter how talented you are, you come with this kind of a sense of fear that maybe I am not so great, or it's not safe to go out for me, so let me stay back. Or every time I communicate, I come back with a very strong counter that people think I am very, very defensive. I go crazy on protecting myself, though there is no need for self-protection. So it's your soul's or your jiva's self-preserving mechanism to always give you back all these kind of conversations, so that it will stay safe, or it will be protected from this kind of unwanted taking advantage by people around. It's a process. The healing may take some time, but the first thing that you could always say is, because the rage can be at varied levels, right? So if you are having a high rage when you are reciting saptashati and all, these memories do crop out. These memories do come at a very, very strong way, and slowly, slowly, as you keep reciting, Devi Ma has a very, very beautiful way to help you come out of all those suppressions, oppressions, abuse taken for granted, and the pain and the trauma that the soul is holding without our knowledge. So that is where your these kind of sadhanas will come in play. Why we always ask you to do such sadhanas, not just for once or twice, but for a stipulated amount of 42 days, 42 times, and so on and so forth, is because it takes that kind of time for our soul to heal from all these painful areas that we have carefully locked, stored, and forgotten about because of the maya that we are born with. When we die, the casual body uh, still remembers these remnants of pain, and when you're born into another life, mm, the same casual body translates into subtle body and further enters into you enter into your mother's womb, and after that you're born. As you're growing up around 18 years, it'll all settle down, and it all gets translated into different parts of your existence, in forms of subconscious conditioning, in forms of experiences, in terms of all of this, that gives you that feelings of remembering all of this in a very subtle way. Most of the times we don't believe it has happened in the past lives also, and it is reoccurring, but we think it's happening for the first time, and take extreme measures of going into trauma and pain, which is like already the soul is pained and it's all getting more pained. That is the reason we always, if any of you have these kind of uh, 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 abuse loops, if you think so, I would really, when I get little time, please bring me. I have channeled a healing prayer to let you out of these abuse loops. I would not take it like, okay, I have a lot of time, but I would squeeze in some time to record it and keep it on the internet so that you can every day recite it for 33 times, 3 times a day, so that there will be an access for you to come out of these abuse loops. And once you get out of these abuse loops, it will always happen that you get out uh, once for all, not just for yourself, but into the coming incarnations also, into the this thing also. So that's one part of your healing your soul. The second part is, how do you act? Whenever you have an urge to hide, you should put yourself out there and come and talk. Whenever you have this urge to um, feel not belonged, find a community, a society where you can express your views, and there are always listeners. Perhaps the community that you are here may not resonate with your current levels of spiritual growth, but it's about not suppressing yourself just because the community around you is not encouraging your maturity or wisdom, but finding that community or that satsang which can help you to voice your thoughts, voice your expression freely without having any concern of being attacked or downtrodden. That's your second action that you could take in line with your divine alignment. The third would be to help you come out of this self-defense mechanism that you have built upon over time to protect yourself. So always there is a teaching of Ravana Maharshi, which is a very fundamental part of Advaita, which talks about understanding who you are. Who am I? Okay. And when I relook all of these thoughts that come, where I have to hide, or I have to do this, or I have to do that, which portion of me, which segment of my soul is going through this decision of hiding? If I can show some light on it, I will understand there is some unfinished business, and from there I will get access into reciting saptashati with my Shapa Vimochana mantras, talking about this lost element, so that I get to know more about it. We are indirectly asking Devi Ma, with my self-awareness, that Ma, I think I have some concern with visibility. I have some concern with um, 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 I have some concern with sexuality. I have some concern with uh, dressing up for myself, and so on and so forth. So that will give you access into healing that portions for a definitive time. The other thing that you could also do would be to um, help yourself. Um, what did I tell yesterday? It was all very random. Nothing was pre-planned. Okay, I'm glad that I could remember even this much. Um, then I talked about perhaps I talked about cell memories, um, about autoimmune conditions. All right. So um, this is the overall premises. I don't remember much. See, when you guys communicate, right, then I will get to know your energy and talk about it. And if I'm talking like a wall, I don't get what I should talk because I don't know the energy of this group. And I know most of you are Telugu. It's only 2 to 3 people, 4 people are English speaking crowd. The rest all are they're carry forwarded from the Telugu classes. So um, I would really request some of you to take the initiative and encourage others to join these classes live so that there's a lot of transformation that can happen when you participate rather than going through the recording or not being live because I will not know I'll not know the thing. Um, Yama, Jayshree, Ma, how are you? How is Vikram? Jayshree,
Mm.
Karthik.
Do you
How
do
is
you hear me,
Karthik?
ma? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's still kind of agitated only, very restless and agitated, not not very stable. So I'll wait and see. Mornings are a little difficult. So I wanted to ask a question about the you said that about the blaming, a lot of people blame themselves. So how do we kind of get out of this blame? Because sometimes the blame comes because of the circumstances we are going through, right? We're going through a difficult circumstance with ill
See,
health or diseases or
the
whatever that is
circumstances,
going on.
yeah, the
How
circumstances, yeah, ma, the circumstances are a mirroring event for our to work on our blame cycle. So people who are always being blamed about are carrying this blame energy. So oftentimes, no matter what the situation is, it'll always the pointed finger would always be put to us that because you been so, they are so. But there, what we need to add as a discretion is it is not just me who is dictating somebody's life and life events, right? If I am doing it, it is at my life level, my own personal life. I'm not touching anybody. It's at my own level, then I might be responsible. And in that also, there is certain things. I'll tell you that also. But if it is with a group, then perhaps me and that person do have some contracts which is leading into such experiences, right?
right?
So it's me, that person, and divine. There are 3 people. I could do what is as part of my evolution or my growth. I could do something that I had to do, which perhaps I would have missed in the previous times. But now I can take corrective actions. But I can't discount God and the other person's acceptance in dealing with such things, right?
Okay. So how do we get the release from that other side also so that the contracts are broken?
You stop giving more weightage when people blame you for things that is not in your control. You don't have to declare, you don't have to fight, you don't have to talk. Just try to get that very straight that in this, what is that I can take accountability is what is I can take. I can't take accountability for things that are not in my control, correct?
Mhm. Okay.
And it's very unfair of people because they want someone to put that because they want to feel better in not having take the responsibility that they failed in certain tasks. So people always look for easy targets already people who are doubting themselves and trying to be on that guilt mode, they you choose that person to give up all these burdens and free themselves from the taking accountability and responsibility. But is our job to teach them about all of this? No, right?
Hmm.
Everyone
Right.
have to learn their own lessons. So what is there in my hands, what is there in my control, I would definitely work on it. I would definitely try to get over it. But some things that are not in my control, I don't want to react to it. I don't have to give an explanation, neither I have to accept what they say. I can be quiet.
Right.
Is that doable in your life at this point of time?
Kind of difficult. So because the
Because
blame comes from ourselves also, no, we ourselves also. It's not even from outside, from
even
ourselves only. We
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah. So very good point. You remembered me. So you reminded me. So the blame comes from myself. In that situation, see, I would do things which are in my control, but there are a lot of things that are not beyond my control. Like, say for example, we will send our child to a school. We will look for all the things that the child is, it's a good school, it has good neighborhood or good strata of children that are all having similar wavelength of my child. All of these things I can look into, but can I take responsibility of what happens in the school?
Right.
How can I take responsibility of things that are not in my control? That's the point, right? So at that
Mm-hmm.
time, what I have to tell myself is I have done the best on doing everything that is in my control. And now what happened? There is a group contract between my child and people around that he took on, and because of that, I am going through this kind of an experience. Now, can I eliminate it? Or because of that, I am also facing the heat of that situation that has come. Definitely, yes, I agree to it. But am I responsible? Am I sole bearer of this whole incident? You tell me the answer. What do you think? Are you?
I know rationally when I think I know it's not, but you know what happens
Every
to this.
time we need to keep telling that I did my best, and it is not things that are not in my control. If not this way, ma, you think because of sending to school or going to that incident or A, B, C, D, whatever that is, because of that, my child has become like this. We think like that. But beyond that, there are certain reasons like God, where we don't have control.
Mm.
So at that
Right.
time, we need to go a little deeper in helping ourselves take those measures that really are needed for me to have some sane moments. Maybe asking someone else to be you taking some break time. We need to bargain and do it because there are situations that you're facing the heat of a situation that has happened, and that's really impacting your peace of mind. But your commitment as a mother doesn't allow to leave your child and just be with whatever they are dealing with. But you are also human, right? You also need some pockets of breaks.
Right.
Is that doable, ma? Can you ask somebody to at least give you a half an hour to 1 hour break in a day-to-day life?
Yeah, we're trying, ma. We're trying to get to a point where we are able to even do that.
Just look at where that is stopping and see, because I really understand how difficult your situation is, ma. That's the reason I'm very, very watchful about my words. I do really empathize. But some places, it is not in our control, no matter what we do. So at that time, is there a way I can use noise cancellation and start reciting saptashati for a few days with the hope that, okay, Ma will take care? Is there something, certain things that I can do to maintain my style. I mean, I don't know. I only know it's so difficult for you, but and I know it's very very hard, and what you're dealing with is not so easy. But whatever pieces of advice I give, it may fall short because only you know how to break it. All I can advise or request you is with lot of humility and humility, with lot of respect for what you are going through and all the mothers who are going through with similar experiences. See how you can take some pockets of time for yourself amidst the chaos and bestow upon divinity to the highest possible situations and see what's coming up as a every as like a pattern. Are we fighting what is not the battle that I anyways can't win? Then what should be the alternative strategies? How can I handle it? What can I do to get some break? So somewhere realism, practicality, all of this also have to settle down, ma.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's a
So
work in progress, Mike. It's a work in progress. Every day brings new change.
true,
Every
true,
day
true.
is a new. Yeah.
True, true. So see how all I am concerned is about you and your mental health, ma, Jayashree.
Yeah.
As a primary giver, you are going through a lot. I really, I pray and I pray every day, keeping your name in heart. Uh, but
Thank
unfortunately,
you, Ma.
that's the some places I will be very grateful to divine if there is a small portion of change that can happen in your life. I'll be so grateful, and I'm really waiting for that day. So because there are rough days, there are good days. I would not discount that there are good days, but those good days are not enough for you to feel that it's it's a at least there are 2 days of break time. Like every day you're going through this one up and down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Once
Sometimes within a few
forward,
hours or few minutes, it changes, you know. So
yeah.
it's not, it's there is no stability. There's no stability, and that's the main problem.
Somewhere you need to you know, see what the
Yeah,
doctors
but
are
they're
saying.
starting the doctor is going to start a new medication, ma. From
Hmm.
tomorrow, we're going to starting a new medication. I don't know how it is going to work out, but please pray that it is it goes through smoothly.
I hope maybe Bhairav Baba may help him come out of it. Let us see if that helps. Because the answers that I got when I asked him what else I can do for the like parents like you and all those who are going through difficult situations because of their children is to recite the first other Bhairav mantras. That is the reason I'm starting the Havan with the first Bhairav mantras, which are new.
Hmm.
If you see from yesterday, I've added new set of Bhairav mantras. That's
Yeah,
only
yeah. Mhm.
for you and people like you who are going through difficult situations because of children or spouses in or any kind of major health conditions and people are going through pain.
Okay.
Just being 2 days, let's be I'm committed to do this whole of month and I'm 100% sure because all those mantras are very very powerful and there's a lot of karma nashanas that are happening all the while I'm reciting that. And
Hmm.
Bhairav Baba has been very graceful in showing his darshans and all. So I'm hoping he's been satisfied. I'm not cutting any corners because of that, even though how hard it is, the mantra is. When they say recite 11 times, I'm reciting 11 times just because I'm hoping, though they say don't expect outcomes, this is my small request for, so, while I'm praying that let the mothers get some benefit, let they see some positive changes, especially those going through a hard mental health conditions. So let
Thank
us
you,
see
Ma.
more.
Thank you.
It's just 2 days, and if there is a small change that shows up, where we are somewhere uh, feeling a little relief, time off. I think I'll be very grateful, and I'm sure Divine will give us some or the other direction on this. Because Akasha mantra, Siddha Bhairava mantra, Saravala Bhavana mantra. All of these are very, very powerful. There's a lot of heat that gets produced when I'm reciting that.
Mm.
So
Right.
let us hope. Even Ruru Bhairava mantra, Bhishana Bhairava mantra, Chanda Bhairava mantra, all of these are very, very strong mantras. So let us see, ma. Let us see.
Okay, ma. Thank you, Tejuma. Thank you.
Mhm. So that is what is the first thing. Then what did I talk about today in the class? I talked about how you can give piece of advice to people. So whenever we are giving advice to people, the go to suggestion mode is I am bigger and you are less, and because of that I have to give you an advice. But always taking that go to stand that I want to be in an urgency to advise somebody is the in by default telling that somewhere you are less to me, and in that process you're putting the other person down. And the chance that when you know when you're putting somebody down, if you look at from the other person's point of view, they feel attacked, they feel unvalued, they feel underrated, they feel not listened. And during those times, what is the chance that whatever advice you give, they accept in a positive way? It's very less. Rather to it, if you ask them for permission, that if you have an urge to talk about something out of fear, out of concern, out of deep love for them, um, but if they are not in a listening, and if you end up giving pieces of advice, it's always not accepted, neither received well. Instead to it, ask them for permission. May I add some 2 cents of information to you? May I give you this information? Can I tell you this? Can I talk to you in this mode? If they say yes, go ahead and give that advice in very concise form. If they resist, if they say no, you can't do it, even though you know it's good for them, if you give them that advice, but they're not ready to listen, honor that, respect their choice, and keep quiet. Breathe till your urge calms down. How do you do urge surfing? Look at where in your heart or head or mind, wherever in your body you have physical symptoms of giving that advice. Where in your body are you feeling that extreme urge? And let that calm down. Breathe till that calms down. And in that process, what happens is your feeling of you need to voice out something, you need to talk something, or your feeling of okay, anyways they don't listen, just let me avoid. Both of it goes. So you can use for avoidance also, you can use for wanting to talk very badly when the other person is not ready to listen. In both the scenarios, you can use this condition and try to breathe till that urge calms down. And by the time you'll take a 90 to 120-second break. And after that, whenever your other person is ready to listen, if it is teen children, they often come back when you ask them for something and they may say no, but they do respect you. So they come back after a while and say, what's that you asked me that you wanted me to talk? During that time, go ahead and tell it in a very concise form so that it helps your communication. Both of you feel loved, both of you feel respected, both of you feel communicated, and harmony and love enhances in that relation. And whenever you do have this urge to always be defensive, look at from where this defensiveness is coming. All the time, why are you defending yourself? And is anything changing in your defensiveness? No matter what, how much ever you try to explain yourself, if the other person is not seeing it from the right light of what you are trying to convey, no point in trying to give them more and more uh, reasons to see you in a different light, right? Because all the time you've been doing, had they had changed, they would have changed long ago. So why do we have to be so defensive? Let them think whatever they want to think. I will do what is right, not just according to me, but according to everybody. So how do I arrive at what is not just good for me, but also good for everybody in this situation? I trust. I do a trust fall on Divine Mother. So use a coin, use some chits to help you make the decision. So do I have to now talk or talk back? Take a chit and say, and right now, if I get heads or coins, so if I get heads, I'm gonna go ahead and talk. If I don't get it, I'm gonna keep quiet. So how much ever you have an urge to talk back and give your stance or give your point of view, just breathe till your urge to defend yourself calms down. And in case if you get go ahead and talk, just go ahead and talk to that person with facts, not through emotions. Always facts are very powerful. So ask them with back it with data. How is that? Whenever you are in a corporate or any kind of things that you are applying for a promotion or something, what is the usual thing that we do? We build our case. So we always keep all those points that will give us a merit and put us into a positive listening by people, all that we take together and then talk to our managers that I deserve a promotion or a raise because of ABCDFGH, isn't it? We build that story for all those who are homemakers. Just see how your child bargains for going for an excursion or some kind of trip or some toy that they want. They build that case in a very subtle way. They build the case that I want this toy because ABCDFGH, and it's always backed by data, not by emotions. They don't talk about I will feel inferior if I don't have it and my friend have it. They don't tell that. They tell it that they do have it, and because of that they are having so much fun. I also want to have fun. So they build that case. Same way you build your case with the data, not by emotions, and then go ahead and talk to them. If you need some time to have this conversation and building your data case, just take some time. When the other person blames you for something or puts you into a place where you feel belittled or you don't feel accepted, what you do is at that moment, breathe, take a break, go, do your homework, build your case, and when your spouse or the other party have calmed down, you go back and talk about it in a very, very gentle tone, only about the data, not about emotions. Emotions is if you do like this, I will be like this, I will be like this. You say you are dirty, okay? You don't even keep the house clean. This is one, say, example, okay? It's a very, very, so you can say, yesterday the house was clean. Is it a yes or no? Yes. Day before yesterday, do you think it was yes or it was good? Yes. 2 days ago? Yes. 5 days ago? Yes. Now you're saying house is never clean. So from which angle do you think house is not clean? Something like this, okay? And backing with data rather than emotions. Emotions is you always say like this. You always blame me for this. Do you know how much I'm suffering? Do you know my pain? Do you know this? Do you know that? All that conversation says of it will not allow the person to look at you as the value that you are bringing onto the table, always put you into, they will discard your conversation. Instead, if you back it with data, that I did this yesterday, like for example, if um, they talk about your mother or somebody whom very dear to you, which is usually the areas of quarrel and conflict between couples. Again, build a case. Last time you told this, my mother did this. Before to that, my mother did this. Before to that, my mother did this. In which of these scenarios did you understand my mother being so? That what you are talking about. I want to really know the your intention because that way it gives me access to correct my mother. It's not to blame you that you are bad, but I want to correct my mother. If you are very dear to me, and if that is something, it's in this conversation, if you are getting hurt, I would really want to check with my mom and try to educate her about your so and so feeling. That way, my mother also understands how she can take care. So that way, if you can, you know, convince or talk, there's a high chance that restoration of relationships can be more in a better form. Okay, Amma Manju, do you want to talk? Amma Jaya, do you want to talk? Because the hand is raised, so I just want to know.
Yes, Amma.
Amma, speak.
You just telling about the blaming, right? You given the example. When they say, this is the path you chosen, what can I do? Then in that situations, what we how to handle it?
Huh. You have chosen this. For example, like say for example, um, I wanted to work. I have a small baby, but I wanted to work. Okay, and I'm not able to manage my work, and I'm looking for help, but my spouse don't help. Is that the scenario you're dealing with, or what is it, ma?
That is not the situation. I
Mm,
won't work, but
mm,
I'm doing my business.
mm,
But in that business, I'm not getting any profit right now.
mm,
I'm literally the jobless from last 1 year.
mm,
Not good in the business.
mm.
Every day it's so. So in that situation, once he like in foreign countries, what we have to do, we have to handle all the things, right? As a housewife, I'm managing all the things. But what happening is every day the same old question: what's the use of you staying in the home, not getting any money? And this is the path you chosen. Can't you wash the bathrooms? This, if you go to the job, you will be okay. Then we can hire some person. If you're not going to the bathroom, if you're not going to the job, you could wash the bathrooms. This is the life you chosen. This is the way we have to accept every time ourselves, blaming by them. Is it really necessary? We are also a child of a other mother, right?
No, first of all, washing bathrooms is what is the meaning you're attaching with this whole scenario of washing bathrooms? Just look it from there. What is the meaning
Eh,
you're attaching to home chores? What is the meaning you're attaching to certain things that is happening? Is it your meaning, or is it really what it's truth? If it is truth, from whose angle?
That is from his angle.
What ma?
That is from his angle. You're not going to job and you're not earning any money,
Mm.
so you have to do all the things. Why should I help you?
Because I'm getting tired.
No, this is the life you chosen. This is the life you chosen. You have to be deal with it.
All
You have
right,
to do
and
all the
yeah,
things.
I will deal with it, and I'll figure out in my free time how I can become financially independent.
Then will be abuse. Abuse will start. If I
Which
open my mouth, hitting.
which why do you have to open the mouth, ma? Do your thing. It is true, right? Today you're not earning, and if that is what it is, if that is what is the scenario that you gotten into, no, you can't fight, right, with that. Can you fight? How much ever you fight, it will become like the child will get, they will get scared about the fights. But nothing is gonna change in your husband, right?
Yes.
Instead, just do your task, take all the supplements or whatever is required for you to get energy, if energy is what you feel is missing, or try to reduce the number of occurrences of cleaning your toilet and bathroom or whatever chores. And whatever after that he talks, you don't react to it, because this is what you could do, because you also need a half an hour time for you to get to financial independence and thinking and planning, right? So if you are in a
Mm.
if you are in a place of doing, Amma, I will tell you outline. Don't just follow blindly what I say. Just see how this can be accommodated into your life, and then act upon it. Like for example, you're a person who cleans every day. Do it weekly once, and the rest of the time you get like every day 1 pocket, 2 pocket of hours. See what you can do to build your financial literacy, independence. Whatever that business you are doing, why it failed, what can you do about it, how can you improve, or what can you do to restart? Whom are some people I can reach out to? What are some conversations I can make? What is the nature of businesses you are doing, ma? If I may ask.
I'm doing cooking, Amma.
So at this point, you are doing catering, right? That's what you mean to
Yes,
say.
yes,
So
yes.
what happened in your catering thing that it failed? What are some mistakes that you could
Uh,
pinpoint? And if there is a way you need to restart it, how could you do it?
it's not about because the when I'm doing, I'm the only person around this area. Now the so many people came, and the day one taste how I given. Now also the old customers are still coming. But the
Hmm.
problem is, I'm not getting like say if previously 10 customers are coming, now there is only one or two for
Ah,
me.
so did you talk to your old customers and say, can you please do a reference?
I asked them, they said it's not about your food, it's all about the how the time we manage. We need some more who can come and deliver it.
So try something else. Maybe try savories, something what other people are not offering. Try something
Okay, Amma.
with these days it's all about health trends, right? So try about some kind of millet based idli batter or dosa batter, something which your competitors are not offering, but you could do
Mm.
it, which is also a
Okay,
need in
Amma.
the everyday supplies. Maybe granola bars, like or groundnut peanut bars, or sesame and jaggery bar, something that earlier if you have doing catering like food and dabbas and stuff, change your strategy and see that way they would get into it.
Okay, Amma.
There must be something which you can do, which others can't do, right?
Mm.
Must be something. You must be having something. You just have to rediscover yourself with the changing times. That's all it is. And try to do
Okay,
that
Amma.
and see if that works. Like uh, protein shakes or maybe whey drinks. S- There are a lot of things because cooking is such a vast. There is this Shravani here. Is she here by any chance? She's not there. విక్కీ పాప శ్రావణిని యాడ్ జాయిన్ కమ్మంటావా ఒక్క మాటగా ఈ కాల్లోకి?
జాయిన్ అయింది మా మళ్ళీ వెళ్ళిపోయినట్టుంది.
అదే
చెప్
ఒక్కసారి అమ్మలు ఇంకొకసారి జాయిన్ కమ్మను.
ఒక్క నిమిషం.
సో దెర్ ఇస్ దిస్ వేర్ డు యూ లివ్ మా మంజు?
Australia, Amma.
You live in Australia. There is Shravani who lives in US. Both of you think what can you do? You also sound like a very traditional cook. She also appears to be a very traditional cook. So rediscover yourself and see how you can bring modernity into the traditional cooking styles, whatever that is. See how that works. Brainstorm. Don't get, don't get, um, don't. Your worth is not something that other people can determine. Money, no money, it's all your head and their head. And for those who can't see you as who you are, though it's our husband, and yeah, I understand the weightage that comes with it, but you might want to learn to ignore what is not true for yourself. So let them think whatever that is. If that's not true, you need to have the confidence to say, that's not me, so I don't have to react to it. అమ్మలో శ్రావణి, ఈ మంజు పాప తను కూడా కుక్కు, నువ్వు యుఎస్, ఆ అమ్మాయి ఆస్ట్రేలియా. సో మీ ఇద్దరు కలిసి సంథింగ్ కో క్రియేట్ చేయండి, సంథింగ్ టు హెల్ప్ యూ ప్రొపెల్ యువర్ బిజినెస్ ఇన్ కుకింగ్ ఎలనా. సరేనా? ఏం చేస్తే మనకి ఇంకా ఎక్కువ ఆర్డర్స్ వస్తాయి, ఇంకా ఎట్లా మనము ఫినాన్షియల్లీ గ్రో కావచ్చు, హౌ వీ కెన్ ఎన్హాన్స్ అవర్ రీచ్, వాట్ ఎవర్ దట్ ఈస్. ఓకే, సరేనా?
ఎవరమ్మా?
ఇగో ఈ మంజు చైతన్య ఓపిస్తున్నారా? ఇగో ఇట్లా బ్యూటిఫుల్ గా ఒక బేబీ ఉంది. మంజు చైతన్య కొంచెం ఫేస్ చెప్పి హాయ్ చెప్పమ్మా. నేను అనే మంజు.
మంచిగా.
మాకు నైట్ అమ్మా, నేను దెయ్యంలా కనిపిస్తాను ఇప్పుడు.
కనిపడాలి. వి లవ్ యూ.
ఫ్లాష్ లైట్.
ఓకే,
నేను ఇప్పుడే జాయిన్ అయ్యాను.
అందుకే చెప్పాను, ఈ అమ్మాయిని నువ్వు ఇద్దరు మాట్లాడుకోండి, కబుర్లు చెప్పుకోండి, ఒకరికొకరు సపోర్ట్ స్ట్రక్చర్ అయ్యి ఏం చేస్తే అమ్మాయి
శ్రావణి
ఆస్ట్రేలియా
కాంటాక్ట్
ఉంటారు.
నా దగ్గర ఉందమ్మా. శ్రావణి
ఉంటుందండి
కాంటాక్ట్
గ్రూప్
నా
లో.
దగ్గర ఉంది, నేను
షీ
కాంటాక్ట్
సచ్ ఏ బ్యూటిఫుల్ గర్ల్, Shravani. So you can be very, very free with her, and she can support you. You can support her. Both of you, I want you both to come to a level of financial independence that it's not because of your spouse doing so or not, but you deserve to be doing something which helps you shine your light. That's the context. It's not that if I have some financial support, I can offload my work to someone else, or it will be like a very big hit to my husband, or మూసుకుంటాడు నా హస్బెండ్. ఇదంతా కాదు కాంటెక్స్ట్. ఓకే, వీఆర్ ఆల్వేస్ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎ స్పేస్ ఆఫ్ లవ్ అండ్ కంపాషన్. వాట్ ఎవర్ దట్ ఈస్ that I have done, I will help myself to outgrow all of those old patterns, embrace my new me, and try to shine my light in the ways I can do, following the guidance of divine. This is the context. Not that I need not show anybody who I am. If I can prove myself who I am, that's more than enough. Inside of that, someone else sees my light, it's okay. If not, please remember the Samabadi group is always there to see you as who you are, as great people without having anything. So you having money or not having money, you doing some work or not, or your existence in this group itself is enough for me to honor you and respect for who you are. You don't need to do anything beyond it. Anything you do is extra, that's bonus. But being you, all of us do honor you and respect you. So you have a big, huge tribe who emotionally are there to support you, cheer for you, and try to uplift you. So, would you give more importance to the tribe that's standing by you, or to one person whom you are living and feeling the heat of it? That's your choice to make. At any point of time, I will be subjected to these kind of choices. So, I'm not asking you to discount or discard what your life partner is talking about, but I would definitely say, don't take everything by literal meaning. Don't allow yourself. See, when you grant permission for other person to hurt you, you get hurt. I want you to grow to a position that no matter what happens around you, you don't get hurt unless until you give the permission to get hurted. Do you get the gravity of this line?
Okay, Amma. I know.
I will not allow myself to, even my teardrop, if it has to fall down from my eye, it requires my permission. If it doesn't, I will do everything. I will breathe, I will look up, but I will not let my teardrop fall. I want you to get to that strength. It's possible. I can see you all in that mode, only that you are clouded today. Hmm? So, whenever you are trying to defend or trying to uh, tell accept what your spouse is saying, when you are defending, it means you are accepting. So don't defend. If it's not true, why are you defending? What's the need for you to defend? It's their point of view. It's not the only
I
point.
stopped doing that, Ma. I
Ante.
stopped doing that because you don't deserve my eardrop also. So I stopped that one.
But
Okay, your soul is.
it's coming from a space of resentment. I want you to transform it from coming from a space of love and acceptance. That's the journey. Because they've hurted us so many times, we are now coming from a space of resentment. You don't deserve me, get lost. But because I don't have a go and I don't have guts to go and do divorce, I'm living with you. Even that can be a stance, not just for you, for many people, it's the same. But I want you to see husband and wife relation is something which is very, very pious and it comes because of Runa Anubandha. Unless until the Runam goes away, you will be trapped in this relation not just for one lifetime, but many, many lifetimes. Already you're going through pain. What's the point in going through another few lifetimes just because you're not learning the lesson that you ought to learn in this lifetime? Right? So it's better to learn, complete, let them go their way, let me go my way. That is a way to get to my level of power rather than getting into more rage, more resentment, more anger, more hatred, but that suppression. All this suppression for a longer time will definitely lead into ulcers, boils, stomach burning, gastric, all of such conditions once you start aging. Maybe when you're in your 30s or 35s or 40s, you may not see the impact, but the moment you hit 48 and 50, definitely your body will show those wear and tear signs. So better we heal ourselves and fully accept them that they are so. That's the part. Unless until they behave so, I will not be shining my light. So today they're acting that way because they want me to reinvent myself and make myself more stronger or financially independent, whatever that is. So look for, see to see how hard it is, how you can take one positive sign from that and build yourself. I know what I'm saying is not difficult. It is not easy, but it's not difficult if you catch the process. And whatever I'm trying to talk about tattva and all of that, if you can take the essence of it and slowly learn those mm, small steps to get there with my support, with our group support, tribe support, it will be an awesome journey when you are 10 years older. And when you turn back, you have a lot of great memories to tell yourself, not like what you are today, but a woman of substance. And I would always want you to see as a woman of substance because for me, you are one. There's no doubt in that. Because during our times, one person believing in you is enough. And I am that one person for all of you here. One person believing that I am there for you, one person believing that you can do it is enough. So you don't need the whole world to blow trumpets. One person is enough. Because during our darkest days, when nobody else is believing, if one person believes, that itself is the shining light that I can always take as an anchor and walk towards that light. And every day when you are here, that I want all of you to feel that light and go and conquer your lives so that it becomes so inspirational, not just for yourself, but for people around you. Right? That's the real sense of being here than just for time pass. Because there's always learning is always infinite. You can always learn. What's the point of learning when you don't put it into practice? So that way. Imma, Manju, so just go ahead and talk to Shravani. Trust
Okay,
me,
Amma.
she's a beautiful soul. But please don't use the time to um, give.
Chit chat.
I won't, dis- I won't disturb her. Don't
No,
worry.
no, it's not never about disturbance, Ma. Please don't put yourself so down that you think so low about you. And I never think that whatever you do is disturbance for Shravani. Never ever. That's not even my intention. And neither Shravani is such a person that she thinks, even if you talk to her in midnight, she is such a soul that she wakes up and talks to you. So uh, it is not any of that. It's just that
అంటే
I want you to,
అంటే
I want
కబడ్డీ మాట్లాడుకోకుండా లైక్ దీని గురించి మాట్లాడమంటున్నారు.
Don't use your, at least in the beginning. I know there's a lot of resentment in your heart. So for some time, it's okay to share your agonies and pains because we really need people to listen to us. And Shravani is such a good listener. But then use that time to also do something productive for yourself and grow in those respective paths అని నేను చెప్తున్నాను. శ్రావణి కరీ ఆన్ ఏ మూవ్ అని వచ్చింది ఒకటి చూడు నీ యుఎస్ లో ఉంది కరీ ఆన్ మూవ్. ఓకే, ఇన్ మై ఓల్డ్ కమ్యూనిటీ దే వేర్ మై opposite neighbors. Carry on move. Okay, two brothers, they're like they went to Paris to do something, or I think they went to New York to do something. And after that, they were so passionate about cooking that they built this small eatery. It's called Curry on Move, and I think they won the one of the prestigious awards of in the New York City or something like that. You watch it, okay? Curry on Move. So just our pakodas, just our samosas, just our day-to-day things that we here eat, they just packed it just like how McDonald's is doing here in India. Just like that, they brought all these samosas, pakodas, all these the traditional things that we eat, a little more on the move, and it's such a great hit. So just watch it. And they're very kids. They like, I think they're like maybe 25, maybe 26, not beyond it. Because just
మీ వాయిస్ వినిపించట్లేదు.
already late, so we'll talk. I hope these conversations are making a difference in your life. Rubama, is it making a difference?
Yes, Tejoma, a lot.
All right.
Yes,
Not for me, right? Not for me. Not just to try to satisfy me, right?
No, ma. Each and every word is very important.
Mm. All right then, huh? Dikshama, because other people they do always they also attend the Telugu class, so I know they are taken care. But you guys, you are attending only this class, so it's very important for me to honor your time and respect for what you are showing up, and see how you are moving one step towards light. That's very very important for me. Huh? Diama, is it adding something to your life? I know you are very a calm person, don't express much. I hope those things. Nikima,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
you didn't attend the last class. So whoever have not attended the Telugu class, please hope it is adding in you. Please go ahead and practice it. Tell me how it worked, how it did not work, what did you do, and keep the conversations rolling, because when you bring your life into these conversations, it adds a lot of value than one way me talking something which you can't relate or confuses you more. Okay, so as much as we understand the tattva of Lord and Divine Mother, it's also important to understand the actions that are required for you to walk that path of tattva, and whatever we are talking are all aligned with that elements. Okay, so we are not digressed the topic, we're just adding more details so that it becomes so easy for you to walk that path. All right then, please do encourage your friends who are all in this group to participate live, because it really adds a lot of value to them, rather than just watching it on the recording. And I hope one day this group also becomes so talkative and lively like the Telugu batch, and I get to connect with each one of you in a more intimate manner, like how I connected with the other batch. All right then, should we say bye-bye for today?
Thank you, Tejoma. Thank you.
Okay, ma. థ్యాంక్స్ మా, నువ్వు పాపం పిలవంగానే వచ్చావు తల్లి
Thank you,
బుజ్జి తల్లి.
Thank you, ma'am.
కాల్ చేశారు హారికమ్మ అంటే